Okay, thanks for joining us, everybody. We've got Nebraska women's basketball coach Amy Williams here to discuss Nebraska's upcoming games in the Memphis Regional in the WNIT. We will go ahead and get started with questions, and then just to let all of you know to go ahead and post that you have a question in the chat, and I will take them one at a time. And then for players, we have Kate Kane and Isabel Bourne to follow. So whenever you guys are ready, we'll get started with Coach. And we will get started with Andrew Ward.
Hey, Amy, I guess just what's the excitement level knowing that you guys are, headed back to the postseason for the first time in a couple of years?
Yeah, Andrew, the excitement level is really high. I think we felt like we had a pretty good showing at the Big Ten tournament. We were playing pretty good basketball down there. That was an exciting tournament for our team, and the excitement level, just being able to continue our season. I think, we've had some memories pop up in our social media from 1 year ago this time, and everything was really crazy. Our kids were locked out of our facilities, not able to even get into the gym to get shots up, things like that. So it has really helped create just a sheer appreciation for any opportunities that we have, all the opportunities this season, but continuing to play in postseason right now, and just the experience that is, it's pretty special.
Brent Wagner, Lincoln Journal-Star.
Yeah, with Sam Hybe, she's improved her scoring average by like 7 points to 17, even though she started last year. Also, I guess, how do you feel about how she's improved this year?
Well, Sam's just a warrior, and just has continued to show that consistently throughout this season. And I think she had some special performances 1 year ago as a sophomore. She really carried us in an overtime win at Missouri and scored in the 20s, and had some great performances. But I think the biggest difference is her consistency, and to continue to be consistent and be that consistent performer for us when she's drawn a lot of attention, and people have been really keying on her and trying to collapse their defense, make life very difficult. And for her to continuously, consistently find a way to step up and perform, I think she's had a couple of games early in the season, the game-winning shot against Northwestern that, just some things that I think have really kind of continued to build her confidence and to show herself, as well as the rest of her teammates, our staff, and the rest of the country, that she's one of the best, and she's continuing to prove that on a consistent basis.
When you say she's a warrior, what do you mean by that, or in what ways is she a warrior?
I think she's a warrior because she takes a beating, and she does a lot of attacking the basket and taking a lot of contact, some of which she gets rewarded with free throw attempts, some of which she ends up on the ground and does not, and many times this year she's cramping, she's not always 100%, but you wouldn't know that by watching her and the way she continues to compete. And she's going to just hurry up and drink her electrolytes and get back out onto the court to try to help our team. I think she overcomes a lot, and she draws a lot of attention, and she just continues to find ways. And it's not just the point production, it's the way that she, has embraced. We challenged her to really, be the leader on our team in rebounds. And she's taken that and embraced, and you can talk about the 7-point point production, but I want to talk about her improvement with rebounding. And, those are the kinds of things that, for me, make her a warrior.
Kevin Suits, 10-11.
Amy, going back to your comments last week and then already this morning, it just seems like you're not ready for this season to be done. Can you just speak to, I guess, the level of satisfaction knowing that your season gets to continue and you have a chance to play on here for maybe a few more games?
It's really a special group, and the way that they get along and love each other on and off the basketball court. And I think this season we made a special focus on leadership in the program. We kind of had an application process and basically kind of hired 3 team captains that I think have just really done a great job of complementing each other to get the most out of this particular team. And it's very rewarding to watch that come to fruition and to be able to continue our season on. And sure, we certainly were hoping that was going to be in the NCAA tournament, but we know what a quality tournament that we're getting ready to head into, and we're appreciative of that opportunity.
Thomas Cotto, Daily Nebraskan.
Coach, Ashley Scoggin just recently was named a finalist for Junior College Transfer of the Year. I just wanted to know, how do you feel about her getting such a honor?
Yeah, well, I'm just excited for Ashley because I think, she has overcome so much to just be continuing her basketball career with everything that she's been through. But the way that she has, as a transfer and a new player in this program, just seamlessly stepped in and found a way to really contribute and help us with, being a contributor from behind the arc, just point production, but also just embrace, defensively, whatever we need her to do, and working hard to become a better defender. And, she's just really stepped in seamlessly and played a huge role for this team. And so it's good to see her receiving some accolades for that.
Derek Peterson, Hail Varsity.
Yeah, you guys are about a week removed now from that Maryland game. How have you seen your team kind of bounce back or respond to what was a tough loss when you guys had a lead in the fourth quarter? Have you seen the ladies kind of respond to that game?
Yeah, I mean, I think their response was after watching Maryland then go and kind of just sweep the rest of that tournament, is that hey, we were right there, and just really knowing and embracing the fact that if we can be more consistent with our efforts, that we can be one of the best teams and cutting down nets in that tournament real soon. And so I think that we're pleased with our performance in the tournament, but we're not satisfied not being able to get over the hump when we have a fourth quarter lead. And that's exactly where I would like our team and our program to be, is understanding and really, grateful for the improvements that we've made, but certainly not satisfied, and continuing to be hungry to get over the hump, and wanting to seek out ways to get postseason wins, and that's kind of what they're on a mission to do here in this postseason tournament.
You guys are going to open with UT Martin, 17-2 in conference play for them, and played for their conference championship. What kind of ways are they going to test you and kind of challenge from a matchup standpoint?
Yeah, I think the UT Martin, we have a ton of respect for what their program has done and the season that they've had. I think the biggest challenge there is they're a team just of a lot of veterans and upperclassmen and seniors with a lot of experience, and a point guard that transferred from Louisville, and one of the best kind of forward post players in the country, the Ohio Valley Player of the Year, and in Chelsea Perry, and so there are definitely some matchups that will be very interesting, and it's going to take a great team effort. They have, I think it's 5-6 players that shoot over 40% from the 3-point line, so it just makes it very difficult with one really good post player inside, and you surround that person with a ton of really good shooters. We're gonna have to be great with team defense.
Abby Barmore, World Herald.
Hi, Amy. You won the 2016 WNIT tournament with South Dakota. How is your familiarity with the tournament going to help you in these next coming games?
Well, I think our coaching staff is able to really kind of impart just how difficult it is to win postseason games anywhere. But to continue to advance, just how challenging that is, and how focused you have to be, and how we need contributions from everybody in order to make that special type of run happen. But this tournament Abby, is so uniquely different than what we were able to experience, in the fact that there are not home seeds, hosting on your home court. I mean, when we won the WNIT championship, 5 of our 6 games were played in our home arena in front of 8,000 screaming fans and sellout crowds, and it's completely and totally different with the 4 regions and 8 teams going, and so it'll be a unique experience for really all of us.
Derek Peterson, Hail Varsity.
You kind of gave an update on Ruby last night in your Sports Nightly appearance. I just wanted to make sure that I kind of understood correct. It seems like she's going to be out, but it seems like you guys avoided a significant injury with her. Is that accurate?
We really feel hopeful that we have avoided the need for an extensive surgery of any kind, with Ruby. But at this point, it's really kind of just how does her body heal, and we'll have to just continue to take day by day and see how she responds.
Thank you.
Kevin Suits, 10-11.
Amy, how would you describe the season to this point? You're 12-12 heading into the WNIT. Is it a success? And if you don't have an answer on that right now, what would make it lean one way or the other, given what happens here over the next week or so?
Kevin, in a lot of ways, we started this whole season in June last year, having Zoom calls and really trying to embrace the idea that we want to be the best in the country at handling the curveball. And I think at our ability to bounce back from a lot of adversity and ups and downs and injuries and games where we had 6 and 7 players available, and sometimes 6 and 7 players available for practice all week. And in that regard, I would say we most definitely feel like this group has embraced every challenge that's come their way and handled it with class and grace. And I would say that makes this season a success. And for us, we always want to be playing our very best basketball in March and down the stretch, and peaking at the right time. And so far in March, pretty good with our performance in the Big Ten tournament. And we'd really like to carry that into this postseason WNIT.
Brent Wagner, Journal-Star.
What do you think of the caliber of the teams in the WNIT this year overall?
Yeah, it's incredibly impressive. Several conference champions that just came a little short in their conference tournament that received automatic bids, and several teams that were right on the bubble and deserving of potential consideration into the NCAA tournament. So just a very strong tournament field, and it's just really competitive, and that's exciting to be a part of it.
Anything else for Coach Williams, guys?
Thanks, guys.
Okay, that'll wrap it up, and we will.